We are at that time when it's World Series time.
Yeah.
Gut reaction. Gut reaction. Dodgers, Yankees, how many games? Go.
Yankees to 6.
Yankees in 6.
Yeah. I think the Dodgers pitching is a little bit beat up. They have an all-star team on the shelf, starters wise, I think they're going to gut it out. I think they're, Otani's Otani. I mean, they're going to hit. I'm not so sure about the arms. I think the Yankees have made some adjustments analytically, meaning they've gotten away from them a little bit, and the guys are playing with some freedom. It's funny. A year ago, we were in Minute Maid,
Yeah.
and the comments around the club were not great.
No.
Not great.
No.
And it's funny how changing a little bit of a philosophy to going would be more flowish. Flowish is not really a word. It's what we're going to use right now.
More flow, less Muppets.
Yeah, more of that. And
we haven't used that in a while.
And I'm not saying they got completely away from their analytic department. I'm just because that would be stupid.
No,
it's finding a better balance, and I think they've responded. And it's actually fun to watch. For baseball, the Yankees Dodgers haven't played in 43 years. That sound right? And so
has it been that long?
1981, man. 1981.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be good. This is going to be really good to watch for the game.
My gut reaction is Dodgers because I think that the Yankees have a lot of swing and miss.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if that's true. So let's play a game of pump the brakes. The Dodgers have the Yankees more swing and miss than the Dodgers as a team. I've got the numbers. I'm going to pull them up. Are you pumping the brakes on that? Or do you think that it's even?
No, I mean, they're going to swing it. The Yankees got more. I mean, you got Judge and you got Stanton. That's almost 400 Ks right there. Stanton's healthy, Soto's going to strike out a lot, not a ton, but a lot. You've got, who else in that lineup? Volpe. Volpe swings and misses a little bit.
Guess what?
What?
I'm looking at it right now. The Yankees struck out 1,326 times this year. That's 20th in baseball.
Okay.
Dodgers are 19th at 1,336.
Dan,
right? Like, think of our perception about that lineup and the Stantons and the Judges.
How many games did Stanton play?
How many games did Giancarlo Stanton play this year?
Like to me.
I'm telling you, man, when we saw him back here last year, it did not look good in the cage, didn't it?
I'm curious how much he actually played.
Well, he played quite a bit, it looks like. Let's see. 417 at bats.
Good. That's more than usual.
He had a WAR of 0.7, if you're into that kind of thing.
Well, look, I mean, with Giancarlo Stanton, he's going to get 500 home runs.
114 games.
Yeah, he's going to get 500 home runs.
He's at 429.
Yeah, the thing about him though is if you throw it in the left-hand hitter's batter's box, at some point he's going to swing. And it's funny watching the Guardians flip sliders up there, belt high, and throw fastballs. What are you doing? Like, throw it in the other box. He's going to swing. But look, that's good. The reality is the Dodgers are a hair better. I think the Yankees, for me, man, they're ambush oriented in so many ways. But I still think they win. It's I can't tell you who plays every position they got.
They're
not the Yankees of old, but that's okay. They're winning. So Mets won this year by getting rid of some of those personalities. No one wants to talk about that, but nothing against the Scherzers and the Verlanders, but all that together might have been a lot. And the Mets got all the way through it too. So I'm happy for him. Yankees Dodgers good for baseball.
Well, exactly. That's what we said a couple of weeks ago, or was it last week? My gut would say Dodgers, but when you talk about the pitching issues that LA has in terms of health, maybe the Yankees are. And how about Luke Weaver at the back of that bullpen?
Yeah.
What a great story that is.
He's an interesting guy. He's fought through a lot of stuff, and it was funny out of Florida State. Not too many guys knew what to do with him. They just knew he could pitch. He had a good arm, and he could pitch. Was he going to be a starter? Was he going to hold up? Was the body? And sure enough, he's found his way in the back end of the bullpen. So, fearless too, by the way, for the Yankees. And pitching in New York is different.
Yep,
it's just is. So good for him and good for the club.
So you are saying Yankees in
Yankees
6?
in 6, and I will be at a few of these games.
Ooh, nice.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, everybody on the West Coast. I assume that's where you're going.
East.
Oh, you're going to East Coast too? Watch out, people. Watch out. Quickly, Astros announce they have a new third base coach officially.
Yeah.
The Astros announce Tony Chica has been hired as third base infield coach slash,
I saw it.
and I can't
Yeah.
believe I'm going to say this, run prevention coordinator.
Well,
I'm Jeremy, I'm leaving this on a platter for you.
first of all, before I go anywhere with this, who is this guy?
Well, I can tell you exactly who he is.
Who is he?
I remember him from his minor league days coming up through the Giants system.
What team?
Giants. And then I think he had some big league time with the Guardians, well, Cleveland Indians. And he's been a coach with the Diamondbacks.
In the big leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's their third base coach.
Oh, he was.
Mm-hmm.
So what prompted the change?
I don't know.
Interesting. I should probably know that.
Well, I was looking to see, and I haven't really dug into it that much to see if any of the Joe Espada has had any overlap with
I've been
Tony Chica.
I've been preoccupied.
Yeah.
With some stuff.
Yeah.
Recently. So, it's an interesting title to say the least, but they're trying to get versatile. And look, there's a lot of football crossover now in some of these titles. And I don't. Joe is
Was this running game coordinator?
I
What
don't
was
know,
this?
man.
It was
Joe,
run prevention coordinator.
Joe says the guys are interchangeable in the lineup. So I mean, maybe run prevention coordinator is what he needs.
See, I thought you would say run prevention coordinator. They
I don't
they
even,
need a run creation coordinator.
They do that, and I was thinking about it's good. That's actually really good. I was thinking about this run prevention coordinator, and then I stopped thinking about it.
Okay.
Because the title is nonsensical.
Has there ever been a run prevention coordinator in baseball history?
Who knows today if there has been? I don't know, but that's just a nonsensical title. What happened to infield coach and third base coach? All that.
Is it possible that would be a quote unquote promotion, and that's why
title inflation? I mean, title inflation is a thing now.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Anyway, I don't know. It's a weird deal, but good for him. I guess good for the Astros infielders. I don't know what to even say about that. That organization is doing some stuff that it's interesting.
So this is not the first time. The Cubs in 2022, Tommy, and I know the name, I just can't say it. Hatovi, thank you. He started out in the Chicago Cubs big league coaching staff as the run prevention coordinator. He was he later became pitching coach. The Brewers have a run prevention coordinator named Walker McKinvin.
I don't know who that is. I saw they fired Ozzie Timmons, though. Ozzie Timmons is a former teammate.
So, yes. So there are at least 2 other instances of a run prevention coordinator in Major League Baseball.
I don't know. It's just I guess the infield coach line's not enough. Got to get a little sexier. Try to make things harder than they are. But I did see
Oh, and the Diamondbacks have one from last year.
Who's that?
His name, he went to Cal Baptist, Sharif Othman.
No idea.
He's the Arizona Diamondbacks run prevention coordinator.
No idea.
So again, we've been living in a different time period, apparently, that there's a run prevention coordinator. What do you have there?
So I got this was sent to me. It was I guess a job listing for an intern with a major league organization today.
Okay.
Now I've seen questions like this on call them exams, on intake exams, right? This is not asking their opinion. This is a fishing expedition for information. Okay. And I'm going to leave the team out of it, but because I know what it looks like when you don't know what you're doing and you're trying to ask people what they think. This is something that you would do at a much higher level than an intern. If you're doing this as an intern, you're doing it wrong. Okay. Question number 1. What is your favorite defensive metric to use when evaluating a position player and why? You're an intern. And defensive metrics are flawed inherently. It doesn't matter how you use it. Hawkeye, doesn't matter what you do. They're flawed inherently, okay?
This is a questionnaire to become an intern?
An intern. How would an automated strike zone at the MLB level affect how catchers are valued? You're asking an intern that question? Someone who's going to.
These guys have typically little to no baseball experience.
That's right. That's why they're interns, okay? And this right here is this is a fishing expedition. Identify one player the blank should look to acquire via trade or free agency this offseason. What would it take to acquire this player? Why do you recommend the blank target this player? It's a fishing expedition. This is the type of stuff that Luno used to do. When I thought it was relevant because when I saw it, remember we talked about
allegedly.
No, he did it. I've seen it. And you know what else? When I was, I'll say this: Kevin Goldstein sent me this test himself.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So not exactly word for word, but pretty close. You're a pitching coach preparing for a series against a new team. What are some of the key statistics metrics on the opposing hitters that you would consider in compiling an advanced scouting report? Please support your answer. This is an intern. You didn't know anything. In terms of analytics and technology, where can MLB organizations look to gain a competitive edge in the coming years? In recent years, baseball has seen a move from more traditional marker-based motion capture systems to marker-less systems such as Hawkeye and Kinetrax. What are some of the pros and cons to each? If you were in charge of putting one motion capture system in a team spring training facility, which motion capture system would you choose and why? Using the data set in the link below, write a function to create the following measures of performance: contact rate, exit velocity, and OPS. This is something that is, that is a fishing expedition. No intern on the planet should be able to answer those things intelligently. You have enough time. You have enough time. You have to go watch the game, people. We learned this when we thought Alvarez could hit second. You got to go watch the game.
But here's the thing. If someone can answer all of that in a timely fashion, you should probably hire them right away.
But not as an intern.
I know. They should be like a special assistant.
Something else, man. I don't know. That's where we are in the game today. We're asking people to answer questions like that. And most people just trying to get their foot in the door would have no idea how to do that. And those of them that do are wrong inherently because they haven't had experience with it. So anyway, I thought that was interesting in the vein of the run production coordinator. That's pretty interesting.
I don't even know what to say about that. Now I feel run prevention.
Sorry.
I feel kind of stupid now that I didn't realize that other teams had run prevention coordinators.
Why? Why do you feel stupid? You should feel stupid that they did have them. Okay? So it doesn't make any sense. Infield coach is fine. You know, I mean, I don't get it. Run prevention. No. Sorry.
All right. Time to go back for some comments. Always promise to read them. Last time out, extra bases. Free agent market for Alex Bregman, and does coaching turnover signal Astros dysfunction? That was our title of our last podcast. We have a few comments here, and I always say I'm going to read them, and I never do. So here's one. Jeff Berger says, speaking of Alex Bregman, he's had a great career with the team. I would love to see him finish it off in Houston. It would put him up there with Biggio, Bagwell, Cruz, et cetera, et cetera. El Yankee says Bregman will be there this coming year. That's a no-brainer. Besides, Bregman mentioned that his son is growing up in Houston and his family is comfortable there.
Correa still lives here too.
Correa, I think he sold his house.
Which one?
Okay. But Bregman's house, I know I don't know how many houses Bregman has. I know it was up for sale.
Doesn't AJ Hinch live here?
He lives in the Woodlands.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said Bregman's house is up for sale too?
Yeah.
Really?
Or at least it was, yeah.
When?
Last few months, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, so who knows?
Listen, you can a lot of guys live in Texas for tax purposes, so yeah.
If Alex Bregman's a Diamondback, or
here we go. Actually, it was September of 2023, so this is actually old. Alex Bregman looking to sell his posh Houston penthouse.
Penthouse.
So at the time, I would imagine it was just the two of them, and
Right.
then little Knox comes along looking for something bigger. So I will take that back. He had it for sale for 3.3 million.
I think Alex would love to be here. I think the money would needs to work for him, but it's still business.
Mm-hmm.
It's still business. So I don't think it switches or signal the coaching change signals a what was it, a dysfunction or unhappiness.
Yeah.
No, I just think that it's just time to make a change.
And one other comment. It says me, but I think it was directed to you.
So
It says, "Is Jason a brother?"
um, a lot of people think I look like Jason Taylor.
Yeah.
We used to, so.
Oh
Um,
yeah, there's a cross. It's like a Jason Taylor, Derek Jeter, and The Rock.
well, my brother, my brother looks like Derek Jeter. Used to. Looks like DJ. The Rock, I don't know about that one, but I definitely know that JT and I used to have a lot of overlap
Mm,
in where we went. So,
yeah, yeah.
he was in Miami. With me, it was like when the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bay, type of thing. So, anyway.
All right. And now, since the World Series is set, if the Astros were in there, how would they do? How would you like the Astros against the Dodgers in an Astros Dodgers World Series if the Astros were still playing?
Provided they hit in the right order, I think they would compete.
Yeah.
Only because the pitching is better.
Mm.
The pitching's better, and the offense is the offense. And if you get into the postseason, the pitching and the defense is going to win almost all of the time. We've seen that happen. It's not really a whole lot of slugfests, right? And the Astros would beat the Dodgers in the pitching and the defense. Now the Yankees on the other side,
They might not have been able to get past the
yeah, I
Yankees.
think that would have been the battle, but they would have got past Cleveland for me,
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Astros cut themselves short, you know. Um,
Okay, so
in
what
a million
what
ways.
what does it take now to get back?
Well, you gotta have first of all, you gotta lock this pitching up that you have. You got to not Hader because he's fine. You need to make sure you lock up Brown now with some kind of a deal. You got to move McCullers to the bullpen. You got to balance that out properly. Okay.
You would lock up Hunter Brown
I
to
would.
a contract now.
Sometime next year. Yeah, I would. And I'd also look at Ronel Blanco just because I want to have a staple. Valdez potentially is trade bait at some point. Certainly a free agent opportunity, and Javier's coming back and he's already signed. So I'm looking to build out 1 to 4 like every year. And Verlander for me isn't fit anymore. He's not. If he does, it's a short term deal, right? So he's not going to fit in the middle or at the front. I think you can lock up the young pitching and you go ahead and get one more bat. One more bat. I don't care where you put him. One more bat. Need some outfield help, probably. Myers and McCormick can't be counted on next year, at least not to start the year. I'm sure somebody will tell me Jake Myers is an all-star again, or he's not. But Tucker, you got to figure he's going to. Listen, next year's his last year. Tucker, 25. So he's out.
Yes, it is.
I figure he's going to walk. You can't have Bregman and Tucker, right? So you're making your decision now on which one that is, and then you decide what you're going to do with Tucker halfway through the year. If you let Tucker walk for a draft pick, I got questions. If you know you can't sign him because you're going to go give Bregman 30 mil, right? Tucker, for me, as much as nobody wants to hear this, is trade bait. Trade bait. We got a bunch of outfielders because you need to go get some people in the system here to do it. Okay?
It's entirely possible. But I don't think it's going to happen.
What do you think it's going to be? I said the Yankees in 6.
My gut says Dodgers in 7.
Okay.
But
so it goes back to LA and they finish there.
Yeah.
All right.
Something about that team, and I don't know what it is, but every time you have a team that reaches this part of the season, you could always say, oh, there's something about that team. Because I do like the fact that the Yankees, this Yankee group, Soto is one of those guys that has never shied away from.
Yeah, he ain't afraid.
He ain't afraid. And that's what you need. When you got guys that aren't afraid, and a lot of them. And listen, the Yankees, it's been a long drought. A long drought.
Well, the Dodgers, too, though, I don't count 2020.
Okay.
I don't count. I mean, I don't count it. 60 games. It was in a bubble. I'm sorry. Don't count it. Not for the Dodgers. I think they're gonna have to go out and they're gonna have to play well. They need to win 162. They need to win a full season, and they're in a good spot right now. Shohei Ohtani um, has done some incredible things.
No fear there either.
None. Just incredible what things he's done. He should never pitch again. By the way, he should go out and put out to right field and stay there. That's what he should do. Look what he does when he doesn't have to do both sports. All you two-way guys that want to go out there, want to be two-way guys, look what Shohei Ohtani does when he only does one. That's why I'm good. I'll tell you something else. The Dodgers are set up to be good for a little bit. And if you look at the national,
I think we've known that though. I mean,
yeah,
the one thing that the Dodgers do really well is, first of all, they draft pretty well, and then they also they do great, or they have the resources to be among the best when it comes to international signings.
The Dodgers make mistakes in game management and in the postseason. That's when they make mistakes. Otherwise, they'd have 5 titles by now. When it comes to that division in particular, the NL West is always one to watch because you have different every year. It's a different division, right? AL East one year is just dirty, and then the AL West at one point was a bloodbath, right? And it went back the other way. Now the NL West is what D-backs from the World Series last year. Dodgers this year. Padres made the playoffs, right? So that's 3. And then you got the Giants and Rockies, who Giants are in a drought, right? And the Rockies are, well, not very good.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look around, I mean, to come out of those divisions, both sides, those are battle tested stuff. The AL Central's not that great. The NL Central's not that great. Reds are okay. They're okay. There's some clubs. I mean, Francona's going to make them better. With young talent. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's such a war to get there. The Dodgers are set up for what you win divisions like that, and you go in and you get in the postseason and you get to the World Series. After always being called an underachiever, it motivates you. It's the same thing on the East Coast with the Yankees. The Yankees were being ridiculed across the game for not winning World Series and not being part of it because the Yankees are the Yankees, and they're back. So.
But I got to agree with you. I now looking at the pitching for for the Dodgers, it's
thin.
It's thin. Yes, that's a good way to describe it. It is thin.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for Extra Bases. As always, like, subscribe, blah blah blah, and keep watching us on KHO 11 Plus. Until next time, he's Jeremy. I'm Jason, and we'll talk to you later.